The Outsiders. Symbolism. Simile, a comparison of two very unlike objects, using the words like or as to create a vivid mental image. For example, my friend's eyes sparkled like stars. We're basically saying that the friend's eyes are beautiful. A metaphor is a comparison of two very unlike objects, saying that one thing is the other, to create a vivid mental image. Romeo says, "But soft what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun." He's basically saying that the balcony edge is the horizon, and Juliet is the sun coming up over the horizon. He's basically saying that she's very beautiful. By using similes and metaphors, writers can make language express more than their words mean literally. A symbol is something that represents or stands for something else. A symbol can be a color. For example, white symbolizes purity and innocence. A symbol can be an object. Our flag represents or symbolizes the United States. A symbol can be an action. A marriage ceremony symbolizes the unity of two people. Symbols often express feelings and emotions. Because of this, symbols are often hard to explain. In addition, the meaning of symbols often depends on their context. The color red in the American flag symbolizes hardiness and valor. The color in the traffic light, red, symbolizes danger. Here are a few symbols and some of the things for which they stand. You may have heard the Sphinx's old riddle. What is it that walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the day, and 3 legs in the evening? The answer is a human. Well, let's take a closer look. Symbolism of time. Spring and morning symbolize birth, when we crawl on all fours. Summer and midday represent youth. Fall and afternoon, adulthood. So the midday represents when we walk on 2 legs. Winter and evening represent old age and death. So during our old age, we walk with a cane, our 3rd leg. As mentioned before, symbols can represent different emotions or ideas depending upon their context. Red is different depending upon its context. In a stoplight, it represents danger. In the American flag, it represents valor and bravery. And in a rose, it represents love. When trying to figure out the symbolism of something, you focus on the emotional attachment to that symbol. What are some of the symbols in The Outsiders? 2-bit switchblade, cars, Bob's rings, hair, and eye color. 2-bit switchblade. The switchblade represents the power over authority. 2-bit stole it in the first place, and Dally wanted to use it to get out of the hospital. At the end of the novel, when Dally is killed and the switchblade is taken, there is a link between Dally's loss of power and the loss of the switchblade. The Socs cars represent the power the Socs have over the greasers. Their parents can afford to buy them tough cars. The Socs use these cars for mobility, getting around, and protection. The greasers are vulnerable because they need to get around mostly on foot. However, greasers like Soda and Steve work on the Socs cars and fix them, which symbolizes the further power the Socs have to oppress the greasers. The rings that Bob wears symbolize his power as a leader. and his power over the greasers. He uses these rings to do more damage when attacking the greasers. Hair symbolizes the greaser's identity. Greasers cannot afford rings, cars, or other material things that the socias can enjoy. Therefore, they must identify themselves with what they can afford. By wearing their hair in a specific style, they set themselves apart from the other social groups. But when Bob and the other socias offer to cut off Ponyboy's hair, they are threatening to rob him of his identity. The color of eyes represents the character's personality traits. Derry and Dally have ice blue eyes, which makes them seem cold and impersonal. That's why Pony feels least comfortable around these two characters. Dally's eyes in particular are narrow, which makes him seem even harder. Johnny's eyes, on the other hand, are wide and black. He is the opposite of Dally because he's nervous, gentle, and easily attacked. What color are Pony's eyes? They're green. Who else has this eye color? Cherry. What does this have to do with Robert Frost's poem? Nature's first green is gold. What does this color symbolize? Innocence. On your paper, explain why Johnny wants Ponyboy to stay gold in the end. Are there any questions?